Hey all, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my video today. The video I'm going to talk about today is more about BI tools or some of the better tools that are out there right now that most people use. This is one of those times where I'm actually going to have to create a sort of what's that called? A PowerPoint type of thing, basically, or sheets or slides. Sorry, slide deck essentially to show you um, to give some better understanding of it. So this is sort of edited or maybe filtered, however you want to call it, but definitely unrehearsed, but still. But in any case, BI is becoming a major factor. It's always been a big factor in the aspects of the technology world, as far as like everything being more and more data centric. Um, the the factor is basically with the amount of data we're collecting now, or the amount of data that's being generated and being collected. Um, it's a case where now you need very powerful BI tools. And when I say BI tools, I meant business intelligence tools, and a lot of those cases are these BI tools or business intelligence tools are used for like sort of integrating like a lot of data visualization so that you can visually see in some form of graph or something some form of graph or aspect. But with it, those graphs, I mean, yeah, you could use Excel, but in some aspects, you can also with these BI tools do data manipulations and on the fly manipulations or sort of some aspects of data. I want to say sort of data modeling, or more of like yeah, a little bit of data modeling, but a little data extraction and transformation as well too. So with that, I'll give you a list of some of my some of the BA tools that I'm familiar with, that I've used in the past and such. And this is going to be a quick video, just a list basically in this situation. So there are many business intelligence tools that are available, of course, and the best one that will depend on your specific needs and requirements. So some of the more popular ones out there are Tableau. Now, Tableau is a data visualization tool that allows users to create interactive dashboards and reports. Um, you have ClickView, which is a BI tool that uses like associative data modeling to allow users to easily explore and analyze large sets of data. Um, and then, of course, there's SAP Business Objects. Of course, it was Business Objects in the past, but then SAP bought them out. It's an enterprise level BI tool, basically, that offers a wide range of features for reporting, analysis, and data visualizations. Think of it more for reporting purposes and analysis purposes. Data visualization is more of like the dashboards in a ways as well too. And then there's Looker, which is a relatively new one out here in the market. It's a cloud-based BI tool that allows users to create and share interactive data, visualizations, and dashboards. Fairly easy to use. It basically looks at you kind of write your own sort of SQL statements, or yeah, basically SQL if the data is stored in some sort of SQL data RDBMS environment or data warehouse, and you write those SQL statements, then you generate those reports off of that. There's Power BI, of course, which is from Microsoft Power BI. It's a cloud-based BI tool that integrates with the Microsoft stack and offers a wide range of data visualization options. Think of Power BI as more of like a um, sorry. Think of Power BI more of as a like Excel on a serious amount of steroids. So think about that. Whereas like Tableau and maybe ClickView as well as Looker, think of those as sort of like a little bit of R, the R programming language. But you know how you can do visualization through R. Think of those in that nature basically. So there's Microsoft BI, of course, and then there is MicroStrategy, which is it's also an enterprise BI platform, and it offers advanced analytics, data visualization, and collaboration features. It's their main competitors at the time were Business Objects, but now they're kind of they're not losing. It's still very mainstream. It's just very expensive to use, to be quite honest. And there's TIBCO Spotfire. It's another visualization tool that can be used for data discovery, analysis, and data visualization. TIBCO Spotfire, it works really well with TIBCO's entire ecosystem. Um, it's it's not as user friendly as you think it would be. This is where you need some serious developers for that. It's the same thing with MicroStrategy and SAP Business Objects. Those are cases where you need some developers or some expertise in that because it's not straightforward and easy as you think it would be, basically. Now, after MicroStrategy, of course, and Spotfire, there is Oracle's own BI, which is their own enterprise BI tool. They were basically created to essentially compete with the SAP Business Objects. Once SAP bought out Business Objects, Oracle scrambled, bought out a bunch of companies, a lot of small companies here and there, and then basically created their own BI enterprise suite, which offers like a wide range of features for reporting analysis and data visualizations as well too. Um, Very powerful, but very expensive as well too, to be quite honest. And then of course these are all of course what I've listed here basically. These, one, two, three, six, eight. Sorry, these eight are the more common ones out there, and these eight are pretty much you have to pay for. You have to buy some sort of license, one aspect or another. Now are there are of course some open source um, um, BI tools that you can buy out there. Basically, one of them is basically uh, Pentaho. Pentaho, of course, has been around for quite some time. It's not as usable as you would say right now as what most people would be using at this point. A lot of people have switched off to like the Tableaus and the Lookers out there because they're much more, and ClickView because they're much more powerful than Pentaho. And the same could be said about Jaspersoft or Jasper Reports. It is also open source, but it's a matter of maintaining it, and it's not as scalable as you think it is, whereas the others are more scalable in that aspect. There is the other open source one, which is Metabase. Now, Metabase, not as many. There's not as many. Let me show myself basically. There's not as many users or not commercialized, but more active users that are using Metabase. It's relatively new, to be quite honest. This one, and there's another project, which is in this case Apache Superset, are relatively fairly new. They don't have a large consumer base or a large base. It's just sort of, I don't want to say it's its infancy stage, but it's just like beyond that infancy stage, it's still maturing. They are open source, and there's a lot, communities going, back and forth with it. Superset is gaining a lot of popularity, but it's not easy to use. Same thing with Metabase. Both of them are not as easy to use as you think they are. But with that, I mean, like, these are the more common ones that are out there. The ones that I showed above, the non-open source versions, the more common ones that are out there, more quite honestly, are Looker, Tableau, and ClickView, and Power BI. Actually, is gaining more and more traction, considering the fact that you can get some licensing within as you part of the Office 365 stack, and specifically the fact that you can talk back to like your Azure database environments, but also Excel as well too, and have Excel plugins directly into Power BI is another big factor as well too. Um, and then of course, like I said, there's like the Pentaho's, the Jasper reports, which is from Jaspersoft, Metabase, and Apache Superset. Now Apache Superset, that's going to be a big one. I think that one might see a much larger consumer base down the line, considering that if it becomes more of a cloud hosted aspect, someone's probably going to take it up as a project, create it as a cloud based project, open it up, make it usable for everyone to use and such. But I mean, again, using the BI tool that you want always depends on your specific needs and requirements. Basically, it's best to evaluate all these. I honestly, if I had my choice, I would say this: do some tests, do quick POCs, do some cost analysis, of course, as well too, which is a given. And also the learning curve. And this is the case where if you want like self-serving reports or self-serving reporting, like customized reporting where like people can create their own reports, then you might want to build something on top of like Superset or Metabase, or to go with the customization of with the aspects of the lookers and the Power BIs at that point as well too. But quite honestly, it's up to you at that point. But with that, let me guys know what your thoughts are. If you need me to, elaborate more or go deeper into one of these tool sets, please let me know. I'll gladly talk more about it. If there are other tool sets, there are other tool sets out there. If you want me to talk about them, I can talk about them as well too. BI tools, that is. Sorry. Some people are saying Informatica. Informatica is more of an ETL more than anything else. It doesn't really do anything as far as data visualizations. I mean, they have some rudimentary visualizations, but it's more of an ETL, and extraction tool more than anything else. And then some people say, oh, what about, R or RStudio? It is, but it isn't, because think about it this way. It's like Python. It's one of those things where you're building on top of it basically with existing packages that are out there at that point. But with that, please let me know your thoughts if you are in the comment section. I do read my comments. I do respond to them if you see. Once I get notified, of course. Sometimes I don't get notified through the app. It's only when I'm like logging in and about to post up a video do I see it there. Anyways, if you need me to discuss more or elaborate more into one of them, I can talk more about them in depth. Honestly, the ones that I could talk more in depth of are Microsoft Power BI, ClickView. Um, Wait, hold on. I gotta look now at my slide deck as well too. Yeah, Tableau, Looker, ClickView, and Power BI. SAP Business Objects. It's been a while, I'll be honest. And MicroStrategy, I wasn't a huge fan of. Tikko, Spotify was great, but it was not as user friendly as you think. Oracle BI, I haven't really used, to be quite honest. Pentaho and Jasper Software, Jasper Reports. It was great in the 2000 and the not days, basically, like, from 2006 to 2009 ish to 2011. But now I think more of a case it's Apache Superset. I would love to, like, I don't want I'll say love to, but I will probably utilize it more and more eventually, and to the point where, like, I think others, if they you would like to use it as well too, or want me to discuss it, I'll discuss more about it. If there are other tools out there that that you would like to see, which I haven't mentioned, which are the more common ones that are out there, let me know, and I'll gladly talk about them as well too. There are quite a few others as well too. As I said, these are the ones I'm more familiar with, that I've used more commonly, and more ones I've seen more and more people are using as well too, or people have asked me questions about. I'm like, okay, here. With that, I'll leave it at that. Please subscribe, of course. The more subscribers I get, if I get 1,000 subscribers, as I said, I'll be able to live stream from my phone, where some places I've been at. I would love to live stream and show you guys where I'm at, what I'm doing, and other aspects as well too. Is with the 1 million subscribers, as I mentioned on my prior videos, I'll do a live. One of those popular dances, trending dances on the social medias, live streaming from, for an hour to 30 minutes to an hour, basically, and such. And anyways, with that, I'll leave it at that. In this case, I can't say it's unfiltered or unedited. There is some editing where, it was basically well, I could say it's not unfiltered because I did have the PowerPoint slide deck in place. But I think I mentioned, basically, if I'm ever doing software reviews or reviews of certain things, I will probably put, some slide decks and such. I'm not smart enough to put, like, like little bullet points right next to me, basically. Once I do that with a green screen, I'll probably show you how to do that eventually. Or not show you, but I'll probably start doing that eventually. And then, of course, unedited. This is a case where I'm not really going to take the best of. Like, if I made a goof, or if I goof somewhere, I'm not going to, like, slice them and just like the next one, and then, or rehearse it, like rehearse it, or try to take the best of it and slice them together. Basically, it's more of a case where, like, this is what it is. I'm just, shooting off the cuff, freebasing. And of course, as I said, like, because I'm freebasing, it's unrehearsed. So, like, there's nothing that I'm rehearsing on this situation. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Until next time, unfiltered, unedited, unrehearsed, as my usual end motto, basically. And with that, I'll leave it at that. Thank you.